Hello guys, welcome to another grand interesting video on our behavior channel, and in this video we are going to learn about our third default process flow, and that is processor with operators. Okay, so basically we have already started a series on default process flows which are available in this process flow in here, that is add an object process flow. We have already completed videos on source, queue, basic processor, and these videos are already available on our YouTube channel. If you haven't watched those videos, I would recommend you to please visit our channel page, or you can visit our playlist of descriptive and simulation and you can get these videos onto there. You can also get these videos available on our premium training modules available on our website beawarechannel.com. So you are going to start a very fascinating journey of education and digital technologies just at Behavior. So do not forget to like our videos, share it with your friends, teachers, colleagues, your bosses, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Okay, so if you see here, let me dive in to this Flexsim simulation model which we have created here. So we have a source in here, we have a basic FR, okay, and then we are going to have the queue here, which is going to be applied or used as a buffer. And when we talk about this is my operator 1, this is my operator 2, and again we have another basic fr2 which is going to be used for acting as a processor in here, and then we have a queue available here at this end. Okay, so basic flow is like that is operator 1 will be used for setup processing, it will be transporting the patch. Then this another operator is going to be used for getting the part processed on this basic fr, and then the operator will be transferring the part onto this queue. So this is a basic operation, but this basic operation can be done by two modes. One is conventional method, which you do by connecting to the port, sender connections, and then using it for transports. There is another mode of this, that is by using default process flow. You can do that, and if you see an object, we have this processor with operator being used. Okay, and here is our process flow which is driving this operation which you see in the simulation modeling environment. So now we are going to understand each of the elements available in this process flow, and we're going to understand what is the function of it, what are the advantages, disadvantages, how is this made functional, and lot of different stuffs in this today's video. So stay tuned with us till end of this video to understand in detail about default processor with operators. Okay, and I would recommend you that we have a lot of exciting educational blog content available on our website beawarechannel.com, where you can get blogs related to your health, related to finance, personal development, industrial engineering, simulation, technologies, and lot of stuffs. So do not forget to read our one blog daily, which will help you make your memory sharpen and stay updated. So now let us learn about this process flow from top to bottom. So what I'll do is, one thing let us do is make this model reset. Okay, and what we are going to do is we are going to first remove the entities available in this. Okay, so that I can help you know what are the advantages of this process flow. So when I run this, the parts should now accumulate in this queue only and the things go good. Now I'll just show you this with the working mode. So what you can see here is my source is having a connection to this basic fr, then output to this queue, then output to basic fr2, and then we have an output to q2. Okay, and if you could look at, I am going to have this operator here. Okay, this operator is basically going to be used here, and if you see, I use this transport here. So I'm just removing this use transport as of, so that we can understand these things in detail. Now I'm just running this model, and what you could see is that I am having this labels only available in this process, that is process item, but I don't see any labels in override use transport thing. Why? Because we'll understand that, and the more we go ahead in this video. But first, let us understand the small steps of this. So the first thing, what you need to do is you need to, so this is how the process flow will look like when you import it. So what you need to do is you need to select your basic FR. Okay, you're going to select the basic FR, and when you select this basic FR, it's going to be automatically linked to this process flow on item entry, and that is assigned to current, that is basic FR1. So this process flow is connected to this basic FR. Okay, so whatever things you're going to connect this, so even if you're going to have the center connected operator to this basic FR, it is going to drive these process flow, because we are going to assign all our labels with reference to this basic FR1. Okay, so here it is. So now what we're going to do is, let us even if you are going to have this center connected operator, it is not going to be used for transportation, because we have removed this use transport, as well as this process flow does not work because of that. Now ideally what is going to happen, let us understand one by one each entities in this process item. So if you see, what we are doing first is that in the process item we are going to generate a source event triggered on entry. We are assigning label item. Okay, and then what we are going to do is we are going to set a location of this item with this as a reference. This you can modify based on your requirement. Then what we're going to do is we're going to acquire the operator. Okay, so we have this individual process flows explained in detail. We have a complete playlist for process flows. You can visit our channel for detailed understanding of what this acquire operator does and what this token.resource and the stuffs are going to be used for. But we're going to check out this at a very high level, at functionality level. So if you see that we have operator here, so if you could look at, this is a best code to make this fully dynamic with this single process flow. Now I'll like to tell you the advantages of this. Just imagine this single process flow will drive your these two major activities. One, you will be having this basic FR working as a processor with the cycle time been applied by using this process flow, where your operator will also be used in the process. Okay, next thing is that the operator can be used to transfer the material out from this basic FR1 to your next station or your buffer with the same process flow. What you have to do is you just have to connect this basic FR with the operator, make this use transport, and that's all. If you go with the conventional method, or if you go with the conventional process flows without using this default process flows, you need to specify all the details, like where it should go, what should be its load unload point, then it has to come here, it has to wait till the processing is done, then the operator is released. So this all things you need to manually drag each and entities and create that process flow, whereas you have that all ideally available in this default flow. So that saves you a lot of time, first thing. Second thing is that with a single click you can assign multiple basic FRs and all will have the same functionality. That's so unique, right? So that is how this process flow, default process flow, is very advantageous in saving time, saving your modeling efforts, and making this highly repeatable and easy to use. Okay, so where we were? So we were at operators. So here if you see, what they have done is they have referred the operator as center object to whichever basic FR it is. Okay, and the basic FR will be generating a token on entry, so it will be having the details, that labels from where you can. So when you have connected basic FR1, it will directly take operator 1 in here, so we are going to acquire operator 1, then we are going to travel to the processor. Now token.resource, okay, is what we have already labeled here, token.resource. So the operator is here. We are going to travel to the current, that is basic FR1. Then we are going to utilize this token resource. That's operator will go in a busy state for this exponential duration of time. So between 0 to 10 we have applied here exponential. You can change it based on your requirement. You can put in your item labels, you can put anything you want as per your station cycle time. Then we are going to release the operator, and then we are going to have this wait for event. Once the object is exited, we are going to receive a new item. So this is all what we have in this is a fantastic thing. And now what we are going to do is we are going to make this basic FR use transport, that is the operator is going to use. And here if you could see, it directly comes like current.center of object 1. Now I'll just run this model and you will now be able to see tokens in both of the process flows. I'll just reset and run this. Now you can see that just look at this. You would now have the tokens in the override use transport also, and you will have it in the process item also. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to understand the elements available in this override use transport, right? I'm going to stop this model and let us now look into this, right? And if you haven't liked the video till time, please guys do like it, do share it with your friends. So if you look at this transport reference source, what we are going to do is this event we are going to use, that is transport reference, because in this event you will be having all these labels to be assigned. You can assign item, you can assign port, you can assign destination, priority, preemption. These all labels you could see on this token here. See, item. What is item? Basic FR1 box. If you look at the port, it's 1, destination is Q1, priority 0, preemption 0 because we haven't applied anything else. And the resource, if you could see, that's operator 1, which is in here. So all these tokens we are generating here itself, and that is transport reference. So if you want to create this type of source, I'll just show you how to create it. You need to go in this, okay, in the source, and in the source when you go, you just need to come in here and search for transport reference, and that is what you have. You have these things here. Similarly, this is how it looks. Now let us go ahead, and I'll delete this and let us go ahead. So now what we are going to do is we are going to create a token, that is one token, okay, and that is independent token we're going to create, and this token then goes in this loop of start and finish. Here again what we're going to do is we're going to acquire the operator from here itself. When I will click here, you will be able to see that acquire operator goes to this. Similarly, we are going to travel to the processor, same thing which we had here. Then we are going to have a load item, that's token.resource, token.item, and item container. See, what I'm just trying to tell you is that there is a lot of manual things we were supposed to do in a process flow if we don't use this default process flow. Just imagine all these things you have to do. Token.resource, current, you need to change it, you need to add the load item thing, then you need to put in token resource, all these labels you need to put in. You have to do nothing in case of default process flow. Just one thing you need to do is you need to assign that station. Even the operator is taken indirectly by referring this process flow. So it's a very great thing, saves a lot of time. And when you go down, here it is token.resource and token.destination. And destination, you know that we have already created the token that is going to give us a detail of Q1. Then we're going to travel to destination, we're going to unload the item to the destination, right? And then we're going to release the operator and the things have been, it's completed. So here it is how, effective it is. Now if you see, here it is how this operator is working, right? I'll just bring this to the presentation mode so you could be able to see that clearly. And the operator is now transferring the patch from this orange basic FR to this Q. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to transfer these parts ahead from here onto this queue, using this basic FR2. So if you see, I've connected this operator 2, okay, which is going to be connected, center connected here, and I'm using this as a transport in order to transfer the part from my basic FR to this queue. Let us do one thing now. I'm just adding this basic FR2, and see what you could see is that my both of the operators have now started to work. Isn't it fascinating and isn't it interesting? Just a single click, just a single item addition, it's just like beautiful custom libraries which make your time to be put into this modeling lesser, more efficient modeling. It's all about fantastic thing. So I just added another basic FR, and all these what we just saw for basic FR1 is now been getting replicated to basic FR2, where this operator is going to be under busy state when it is going to be going to be there for this part to be available. And then this part, once processing is completed here, the part is to be transferred to the next queue, right? So this is how is about processor with operator. It's just at one click. You just need to send about this operator, nothing else you need to do. All things are taken care by this process with operator. So if you have any queries related to this process flow, related to the default process flow, related to the items into this, related to this video, and how I can make this, how can I modify this, or how can I use this in my industry, please let us know in the comment section, or you can directly email us on our email ID, which is available in the description. You can reach us out from the website beawarechannel.com. We have a contact us page and simulation tab, as well as we have it a separate contact us page, so you can reach us out from that. Any support required for personal training, corporate training, for your student projects, okay, for your educational simulation projects, for your corporate simulation projects, for your corporate support, do reach us out. We will be happy to help you out for support required in domain of discrete event simulation and digital technologies, industrial engineering. We would be happy to help you out in there. So do not forget to visit our website beawarechannel.com for any stops. And then what we are going to do is, let us meet in another grand interesting video in order to understand next default process flow, that is material consumption and replenishment. So this is going to be a very fascinating video, that is because this is all about material consumption and replenishment, which is most strategic and mostly it is a headache in the factories going on. It's a lot complicated thing. So let us see how this default process flow can help us in our simulation modeling for material replacement and transfer. So it's going to be an exciting video. Join us next week on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So we're going to have that released. So thanks for joining this video. If you have watched this video till end of the video, thank you very much for your love and staying tuned with us. So let us meet in another grand interesting video. Till then, stay safe and keep simulating.